What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Euro NBA video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about Kevin Knox and how good he can be in the NBA based on his summer league play. So yeah, Knicks fans seem to like Kevin Knox after the summer league. He averaged like 21 points per game in the summer league, and he showed that he can be a pretty good player in the NBA. Although they did kind of boo him in the freaking draft when they picked him.
The New York Knicks select Kevin Knox from the University of Kentucky.
Like, Lily, why did they boo Kevin Knox? Like what? Like, Lily, if the Knicks drafted freaking Jesus Christ himself, the Knicks fans would have been like, ooh, but Michael Porter Jr. was still on the board. I'm just kidding, by the way, but today I'm going to be talking about how good can Kevin Knox be in the NBA, because he did do good in the summer league, but you know the summer league doesn't have the best competition, so I'm going to be talking about how good he can be in the NBA. Alright, so Kevin Knox is a 6'9", 212 pound small forward from Kentucky. Alright, so first is attacking the basket. He's terrific at attacking the basket. He's extremely explosive and athletic. He has a pretty good vertical jump, so he can like jump out the gym. He can like dunk on people. He can lay it up over people, and he can just freaking jump really high. He's pretty athletic. Like, there was a game where he, I think it was his first summer league game, where he like dunked on somebody and he jumped pretty high, so that was impressive. He can like finish at the rim like in an acrobatic way. He can jump high and dunk on people, and he's just overall athletic. Also, he has a pretty good first step, so he could beat people off the dribble with the first step, and then get past the defender, and then go to the rim and lay it up or dunk it. Also, he's comfortable with finishing at the rim with both hands. Like, he could finish at the rim with either his right or left hand. It doesn't really matter. Also, he has a soft touch at the rim. He's not gonna like crazy when he attacks the rim. He's gonna have a soft touch at the rim, and that's pretty good. So yeah, I think he's a pretty good player. Like, I think he's an underrated player when it comes to attacking the rim, because people think like since he's skinny he can't really attack the rim that good, but he actually is pretty good at attacking the rim. Alright, so next is he's a decent passer. He can find the open man when he's running in transition. That's pretty good, and he makes the right passes out of the pick and roll. Like, if he runs a pick and roll, he could pass it to the big man if he's getting like double teamed or something like that. Or he could pass it to the three-point shooter if the big man, if somebody rotates off the three-point shooter and to guard the big man. Also, he could find the open man when running in transition, so nothing special when it comes to passing, but I think he can find the open man when he needs to. Also, he could heat up in a flash. There was one game where he scored like 29 points. A lot of his points came in a span of 1 minute. Literally, he was making 3 after 3 and after 3. So yeah, that shows that he could heat up pretty fast. Like, if he makes a couple of shots and he gets his rhythm, he could make 3 after 3, and he could attack the basket, and he could just heat up and become an overall good player. Also, he's a pretty good rebounder. He averaged like 6.5 rebounds per game in the summer league. That's pretty good because he's a small forward. He could just help the Knicks with the rebounding. Alright, so next is he's a great shooter. This kind of goes along with heating up in a flat. When Kevin Knox heats up, he can become a freaking lethal shooter. He's kind of inconsistent at times when it comes to shooting, but overall he's a great shooter. He can make long three-pointers. He can make contested three-pointers. He has a good shooting form and great shot mechanics. He has a quick release, and he releases his shot like at a high point, which is pretty good if you're a shooter. He can shoot off the dribble, and he can like create his own shot off the dribble and stuff like that, and hit three-pointers or mid-ranges. And he can make the spot up 3 if like somebody attacks rim and he's open for 3 in the corner and somebody passes it to him. He could make the spot up 3-pointer. Also, he could be a stretch 4 type player. He might be able to defend other power forwards because he's like so tall and stuff, and he has a 7-foot wingspan, and he could just become a stretch 4 if the Knicks really want him to. Or his defense. As I said, he has a 7-foot wingspan. He can stay in front of his man, but he does need some work with his toughness on defense, because I mean, he is kind of skinny, and when you watch highlights of him, he doesn't really have that much like toughness on defense. He doesn't really like try to like bump the other person that he's defending. I don't know how to describe it, but he just needs to work on his toughness on defense, and he also needs to work on his lateral quickness, because he is kind of slow when it comes to lateral quickness, and when he's defending like quicker players. I think that he's a great fit in the Knicks system. Ntilikina is a facilitator, and he can feed the ball to Kevin Knox too, so that Kevin Knox can make a couple shots and then heat up. And Porzingis and Kanter can pass out of potential double teams to Kevin Knox. Like, if Kristaps Porzingis or Kanter get double teamed in the post, they could like pass it out to Kevin Knox for like a wide open 3. Kevin Knox can just run in the fast break and get easy buckets and pass to other players who could get easy buckets, and You know, the Knicks are a young team, so you know they're going to be running in transition a lot. Kevin Knox is a pretty good player to have on your team if you're going to be running in transition a lot. I think Kevin Knox can potentially be an all-star in the NBA. He reminds me of like Paul George. He can play some good defense and he can attack the rim pretty well, but he can be inconsistent at times, like with the shooting and, you know, just scoring a lot of points. Because like Paul George, he's a pretty good defensive player and he's a pretty good shooter and he's a pretty good player when it comes to attacking the rim. But, you know, some games he's inconsistent, like he doesn't really shoot that well, and, you know, he doesn't really score that much points and stuff like that. And he's just a pretty inconsistent player. And Kevin Knox, like I think he could be like Paul George, where he can score a lot of points one game, but then the next game he could like barely even score that much points. I think Kevin Knox is gonna be an overall good player. He's gonna be a pretty good defender, a pretty good shooter, and a pretty good player when it comes to attacking the rim. And he's gonna be running in transition a lot, and he's just gonna fit in the Knicks system pretty well. And I think the Knicks made the right pick at the ninth pick, picking Kevin Knox, because although some Knicks fans said that the Knicks made the wrong choice picking Kevin Knox, I think they actually did make the right choice, because Kevin Knox has a high ceiling. He could potentially become a defensive ace and a pretty good scorer. So yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I'll see you next time.